Good evening, my brothers and sisters and the citizens of the state of Louisiana. It's time that our people need to know what's going on in the surrounding states and our country. Then with all this election, that I am Dr. Oscar Dantzler Jr., I was dealt a bad deck of cards. I was running for governor for the state of Louisiana in 2023. All blacks, what you so-called supposed to be our brothers, our sisters, all black African American, plotted up and had me disqualified out of the 2023 governor election, and the news refused, as part of the conciliation, the news refused to expose, to let the public know I was illegally disqualified out of the 2023 governor election that recently was passed. I want to read to y'all, then I'm going to insert documents that the courts, that local authorities refused to investigate my criminal complaint. I filed complaints. So I'm going to read a little short notice, then I'm going to give y'all direct documentations. I'm alleging to the public that Anthony Jackson Jr., a black male from New Orleans, don't know me at all, did not know me, I don't know him at all, and his counsels, Alvin Johnson, a black male, and Cherry Timber Hentley, a black female. They all from New Orleans, Louisiana, which I do not know at all, and they do not know me. Anthony Jackson did, and his attorney, they committed fraud and perjury intentionally when they filed an objection to my candidacy and petition to disqualify me as a candidate on August 17, 2023, into the 19th Judicial District Court for the parish of East Baton Rouge against me by stating that I did not file my Louisiana state nor federal income tax return for 5 years now, for the year 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. However, Anthony Jackson, who was the one that gave the statement under oath, committed fraud and perjury, he the one stated, and to his counsel with an affidavit filed into the court record, and his counsel who prepared this fraudulent and perjury document to him, for him, and filed it into the court record that went before a black judge, William Jordan. A black judge just was recently elected from the Baton Rouge district area. And I read, Anthony Jackson Jr. and his counsels did commit fraud, perjury, with his affidavit filed in the court record that his counsel had prepared for him, that they had personal knowledge of the fraud, the perjury, that they overlooked intentionally because his counsel was partakers in with William Jordan, the judge, black male, because of a conspiracy to cause me to be illegally disqualified from the 2023 governor's race. Anthony Jackson Jr. refused to answer my questions while he was under oath, and the judge nor his counsel advised him that he had to answer my question yes or no because of their conspiracy, because they knew the petition was fraudulent to get me illegally disqualified from the governor's race. Anthony Jackson Jr. did commit fraud and perjury while he was under oath, being questioned by me and his counsels. And the judge, William Jordan, overlooked intentionally the fraud and the perjury of his affidavit to disqualify me because of his conspiracy with them. I advised Cherry, Timber Hensley, and Alvin Johnson, these attorneys, after seeing their client lying under oath, and they did not want him to answer no more of my questions while he was under oath. So his counsel requested for their client, Anthony Jackson, to be dismissed from the courtroom while trial was going on after I had placed him on the witness stand, even though I have raised objection and I would not finish questioning Anthony Jackson Jr., who was the plaintiff, the witness on the stand, who filed this suit against me and alleged that I did not file my federal and state income tax for 5 years. However, the judge ordered that Anthony Jackson Jr. be dismissed from the courtroom in spite of my objection, even though the trial was not over yet, and I was not finished questioning him pertaining to his fraudulent and perjury petition that he filed against me. Now, the law says that I have a right to confront my accuser, and I have a right to equal due process of law by the United States Federal Constitution and the state of Louisiana Constitution. All of my rights were violated intentionally by Judge William Jordan, black male, black judge, by engaging in an improper active manner by supporting and participating with Anthony Jackson Jr. and his counsels with their conspiracy by ordering their client to be dismissed from the courtroom from trial, so that the fraudulent and perjury petition that was filed by Anthony Jackson and his counsel against me in the court records could not be questioned and challenged against Anthony Jackson Jr. by me. I advise the public that the clear, convincing evidence and document presented to the court by me and by a third party contradict what Anthony Jackson Jr. and his counsel has stated in his petition filed in the court record to disqualify me. My rights was violated by all parties, including the judge, under the United States Federal Constitution, concerning the trial by not allowing me to get to the First Circuit Court of Appeal. After he denied everything in the judge rendered, he ordered me to be disqualified from the governor's race. He ordered my name to be removed off the ballot. I immediately appealed his decision, and the judge denied my appeal. He refused to let me get to the First Circuit Court of Appeal, where his decision could have been challenged because of their conspiracy, so that the decision could not be, in other words, reversed by the First Circuit Court of Appeal. I did appeal the judge denied motion again 4 times. He denied my motion 4 times, people. 4 times I filed appeal. Every time he denied my motion, I filed a notice of appeal. He denied all my motion so that I could not get to the First Circuit Court of Appeal, where his decision could have been challenged. By this time, the election was over. Keep in mind, Anthony Jackson Jr. from New Orleans, black male. Alvin Johnson, his counsel, black male. Cherry Timber Hensley, black female attorney. Black judge William Jordan, all blacks, people. When we talk about the news right now, look at Donald Trump. They talking about all the stuff Donald Trump has done. But I can't get no news to take or meet me where I can provide them with all these court documents where they can expose the corruption and make sure that these people were held accountable by law. My character was ruined by their criminal actions when they filed the fraudulent and perjury defamation petition to illegal to disqualify me from October the 14th, 2023 governor election into the court record that's against me. I advised the public, the state Democratic Party and others done this to me. They were Democrats. I filed criminal complaints with the governor's office and with the state attorney general's office and with the Louisiana Attorney Disciplinary Board against the attorney. And they all refused to conduct a thorough investigation and bring these people to justice. But the Republican state attorney general's office could represent a Democrat, Judge William Jordan, in a lawsuit that I filed against him. But the state attorney general could not investigate my criminal complaint against them and the judge, nor represent me in a lawsuit against William Jordan and these other peoples who I led to conspiracy, Anthony Jackson and his attorney. So I filed a complaint with the Judicial Commissioner of Louisiana, but no results. That's supposed to govern the judge's conduct. If any misconduct that I allege with proof, they supposed to, in other words, disbar him, suspend his license. But they overlooked my complaint against him. Think about it, people. These are Republicans, what I'm telling you my complaint went through. Why is they supporting a Democratic judge? Well, let me tell you, now he's one of them. He's not us. He wasn't us from Jump Street. Now they have something that they always can bring back against him if he don't do what they want him to do as a black African-American Democratic judge that's sitting on the bench, people. We have reached out to black civil rights organizations in WACP, Al Sharpton, and many more, and to Lee Zuri and other news outlets. They all refuse to interview me and discuss the clear, convincing evidence document. I was a member in WACP. I come out. Why wouldn't WACP give me no type of representation or help me? They can get to the news. Or you ask the question, well, they in on it too. Now, I have in my possession against them that nobody could dispute all documents to prove that these individuals should be, in other words, arrested. These are felony criminal crimes that was committed. Perjury is a crime. Fraud is a crime. That's felony. Conspiracy, they was partaker, they aided Anthony Jackson into his petition that filed, but the lawyers prepared this for him, even though they knew that this petition that they filed was the fraudulent and the perjury petition to get me illegally disqualified out of the governor's race. I offered to pay my time to the news like Donald Trump, but they refused to let me buy time on their app to expose this corruption. But we all know how Lee Zuri and other news continue to run the black female, the mayor from New Orleans constantly on that network. But they refuse to expose the corruptions of these black Democrats who done this to me. They want to conceal this corruption from the public, but we seek justice. I want people to hear this again. Anthony Jackson Jr., he worked for City One Security out of New Orleans, if y'all familiar with him. He's the black, so-called black mayor that signed the affidavit stating that I never filed my state of federal tax for 5 years. He never requested my tax records, people. He cannot get my tax records, people. Hello, somebody. He just made an affidavit, signed it, stating I did not file my federal and state income taxes for 5 years, people. He went on the oath, stating itself, which I went on the oath and advised the judge. In other words, I did file my tax record. Representative also from the state of Louisiana tax department was there. She got on the oath and contradict what Anthony Jackson Jr. petition stated and what he stated on the oath. She stated that Dr. Dantzler did file his income taxes. Now, people, listen to this closely. Then she must say that I must had filed, was given an extension of time to file my income tax if it wasn't filed. And I must have went on the oath before the judge, advising him that I filed my income taxes, and I provided the evidence statement from the tax department, a copy of my letter when the court and the federal IRS office, he must have granted me a extension of time if my taxes wasn't even much filed. And we all know, people, by me being in politics, if my income tax have not been filed for 5 years, y'all know I'd have been put in prison. Come on, people. Y'all know these people would have been coming after me for tax evasion and all this kind of stuff. But my thing I want to point out, if these black so-called African-American people did this to me, what about you? What about your sons? What about your daughters that have the ability to run for such office as the governor, as myself? Who to know or who to say they hadn't done this here to somebody else? Because the news concealing it. We seeking justice, my people. I have filed a suit in the United States District Court, the Middle District of Louisiana, case number 24-590 on July the 22nd, 2024. And my case is still pending before them. Now, I want to say this here to y'all, people. I have a couple documents, but all the documents going to be on my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. The news won't help me. I got to utilize other resources. So I'm asking you all to please share this message on your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, to help me expose this to the news. I also have filed a complaint with the United States Department of Justice office and the United States FBI office, in which is my complaint, criminal, is still pending right now with the FBI office as we speak. Now, you remember I said about the attorneys. I'm going to read something to you all here. This governs all attorneys in the state of Louisiana misconduct, in which I filed a complaint with the Attorney Disciplinary Board. It says here, no attorney shall make a false statement of fact of law to the court or fail to correct a false statement or material fact of law previously made to the court by the lawyer. It said, after evidence that a lawyer knows to be false, if a lawyer and the lawyer client or witness called by a lawyer has offered material evidence and the lawyer come to know of its falsity, the lawyer should take reasonable remedial measures, including necessary to disclose the truth. Come on now, people. Look at this here now. A lawyer who represents a client in any kind of court proceeding and who knows that the person intend or engaging or have engaged in criminal or fraudulent conduct to relate it to a proceeding shall take reasonable remedial measures, include. The lawyers never tried to correct it. They went on and aided Anthony Jackson Jr. in his perjury and fraudulent petition and his statement against me. I'm reading again. This comes from, you can Google your phone, Rule of Professional Conduct. That's government attorneys. Statute R.3, Rule 3. Now, Rule .34, fairness to opposition and opposing party and counsel a lawyer. Unlawful obstruct another party access to evidence, unlawful alter or destroy or conceal document, other material. Falsifying evidence, counsel or assist a witness to testify false, or offer introduce the witness to do such. Now think about it, people. I'm showing y'all these documents. If y'all can Google your phone, but also they're going to be submerged onto my Facebook page where y'all will be able to see these documents and read. These documents went before the Louisiana Attorney Dictionary Board that governed attorneys. They said that these attorneys did not do anything wrong. They never investigated my complaint. They dismissed my complaint expeditiously without even much kind of investigation. Again, Rule 8.3, reported professional conduct. A lawyer who knows that another lawyer have committed a violation of the rule of professional conduct that raises question as the lawyer's honesty and trustworthiness of fitness as a lawyer in other respects shall inform the Office of Disciplinary Counsel. He had two attorneys. So the attorney that presented and supported the fraudulent, the other attorney was partaker. Why didn't he stop her? Or why didn't he contact or report her action to the Attorney Disciplinary Board, people? Because they all was in together, Black African American. A lawyer who knows that a judge have committed a violation. Okay? Now, the conduct raises question the judge honest, trustworthy. Remember I told you, the judge saw the petition. He had knowledge that there was a fraudulent petition that was committed and filed before him, that he aided and studied to render justice. He should have ordered the bailiffs to take Anthony Jackson Jr. into custody for filing that fraudulent and perjury petition in his courtroom and by making a statement lying on the oath. He also should have requested the bailiff to take both of those African-American attorneys that represented him, aided him in that fraud and his perjury petition. They participated in the people. They prepared it for him. So now they could report the judge. That means all the judges, they all was in on it. The judge is black. The attorney was black. And the Jackson was black. Now, watch this here. Rule 8.4 hit the nail on the head, my people. Whoever professional misconduct for a lawyer violate or attempt to violate the rule of professional conduct knowingly assist or introduce another one to do so through the act of another, commit a criminal act, especially one that reflects adversity on the lawyer, honesty, trustworthy, or fitness as a lawyer, in other respects, engage in conduct involving dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or misrepresentation, engage in conduct that is prejudicial to the administration of justice. Now, people, I want y'all to see this. Look at the document. These are the documents that governs the attorney's livelihood. Now, how can the Attorney Disciplinary Board tell me that these attorneys did not do no wrong, people? Because they all being paid, people. Listen to what I'm saying. The Attorney Disciplinary Board is a shame, people. That's the justice system here. Why hadn't the state accepted criminal action against them? I filed criminal complaints with the local authority. Why hadn't they done anything about this here? These documents. Here is the petition, people. Look right here. Anthony Jackson. This is what he filed. Court record. Any news reporter. All this was filed, was given to Attorney Disciplinary Board and to all law enforcement, my people. Anthony Jackson filed this right here. Here goes statement right here, highlighted, right here if y'all can see. He stated, I did not file my income tax records. Here. He must stated that Dr. Dantzler, other word, worked it, had and made enough income to file his taxes. How did Mr. Anthony Jackson know anything about my income, people? He don't know nothing about me. He don't know no kind of job where I work at. Hello, somebody. But he stated all this in his affidavit. Here is his sworn affidavit, people. He went before the lawyers and stated that all accusation and statement he made was true in his petition under oath, people, under oath. prepared by his lawyer, Cherry, here's Tim, who I talked about, his counsel, and his other law partner, Alvin Johnson. So all of these documents, Doc, went before the Attorney Disciplinary Board and to the criminal department, who I filed my criminal complaint with the governor's office and with the state attorney general's office, my people. They refused to investigate this type of misconduct. Now, I know I'm an African American and I was running for governor. Now, is it because I'm running for governor, a black African American Democrat, which the officers who was over the criminal investigation are controlled by the Republican? Are they glad that the Democratic African American did this to me? Hello, somebody. I'm just making it plain, y'all. Think about it. Here, this is one of the papers here I told y'all that went before the judge. Our arrest document stating that congratulations to you, Mr. Dantzler. Look, y'all. Your e-file federal extension has been accepted by the IRS office. Look, y'all. I want y'all to see the document here. Look at it. All this went before the court record, but went before the judge. He had all these documents, my people, in his possession. Black judge by the name of William Jordan in Baton Rouge. Think about it, my people. Here's the next document. State of Louisiana from the governor's office. She provided this statement letting the people know that I did file my taxes. She was a representative from the tax department who got on the oath, my people. And this judge still disqualified me from the governor's race. We seek justice. This is part 2, people, of my complaint. I have other complaints that I won't be bringing, but I need you all to help me out to take this stuff everywhere, to the news, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Dr. King once said, once they silencing you, you try to use the avenue next to the news media. So now, the news media is not helping me. So I'm trying another one now, y'all, through Facebook, through YouTube now, through our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Y'all help me out here. Because put yourself as one of me. Your son or daughter could have been treated the same way. Injustice by the justice system who we believe and trust through our judge that we elected. A public official, African-American judge, did this to me. And tune in, this part 2. I'll be back later at another time with other documents and other cases and stuff that I'm dealing with. Okay? Y'all have a nice day. I thank y'all so much for taking time out and listening to me. Please help me get the message out. Share it with your friend, your neighbor. Thank you all so much.